I'm Shashi, and I'm working at Tao Garden as the 5-element nutritionist. And today I'm going to give you an introduction into 5-element nutrition, which works very differently from other types of nutrition. So when I first studied nutrition, I studied modern nutrition style, and it led me into a little bit of confusion. As I read each book, I found out there were many different theories, and I didn't know which one to choose. And it seemed to me that you couldn't follow everything. One person would tell you have to eat lots of meat, and the other person would say vegetarian, someone else would say cooked food, someone else say raw food. So it gets very confusing to know how to eat well for our health and what we all need. So I looked for something that worked more individually, with more flexibility. I looked for a system that helped to teach us what each individual person needs for their health, and that led me to Taoism and Taoist nutrition. So one question I always asked is, looking at different systems, a lot of them are very extremist and only work for a short time. For example, if we're eating very light food or very heavy food, it may work for a short while, but in the end we feel out of balance. So my question whenever I'm reading a nutrition book is this an extremist system or is it balancing? Ultimately, we want to feel balanced, we want to feel whole. Whole is healing. So I had a little think about reasons to get into Taoist nutrition and what advantages it has to use it as a system. One thing I love about it is that it's based on nature. So rather than just being someone's opinion, it's actually based on natural law, which we're going to look into. And that seems pretty dependable. Nature's very holistic. It's very ancient. So there's a lot of fads around in the nutrition world. New ideas come and go, and some of them only last a year or so, and then they're out. But we can see that Chinese medicine has been around since about 2100 BC. So 4,000 years it's been in use. So it's very complete and whole within itself. So it really can be used for many different conditions, different people, different situations, and different illnesses. And also we can use it, because it belongs to Taoism, we can use it with anything else. If we practice shiatsu, we can use it with shiatsu. We can use it with acupuncture, with herbalism, with qi sang, with our qigong practice. So it fits into other things within Taoism. It's very flexible, as you'll see as we go into it. Rather than saying, this is a good food and everybody should eat it, it looks instead at what each individual person needs. So a cold person needs warming foods, and a hot person needs cooling foods. So it works on principles like this, so that it's more flexible, rather than getting stuck on one type of food. And finally, it's also flexible in terms of where you live. You may find you feel really good on one diet in one part of the world, but if you move somewhere else with a different climate, we actually may not feel so good anymore. We have to make a change. And the Taoist nutrition actually helps us to understand how to make that change and what it is we need to do to adjust to a different climate.